Okay, everybody. Cookie Journal 3. She's 7 months. Let's see. She'll be 7 months in a few days, in about a week. But she's 7 months right now. And she's about 37 pounds, shy of 40. She had all of her vets and she got her rabies shot. I think I need to get her a new collar, but the doc says if I can still put 2 fingers underneath it, then it's still good. But you can see how tight it is on her. Her big tail is just blowing up, so I need to go get another collar. But look at her. Okay. At 7 months, almost 7 months, she is fully potty trained and housebroken. And when I mean fully, this heifer, I just left her home. This is her kennel that she stays in, her little crate. I left it unzipped, came home, and the house was spotless. No problems, no chewed up places, no damage, no nothing, no pee stains, no poop. She's been left alone since about 9:30, and it's about 1:45 right now. I left this morning. Actually, I left twice. I left this morning about 7:30, came back at around 9, and then left again at 9:30. What I normally do is I feed her twice a day. She eats Farmer's Pet twice a day. I usually get up at about between 6 and 7 and feed her between 6 and 7. Then let her go outside about 8:30, about an hour after she eats, and then I feed her again at about 6 or 7 at night. And then about 8 or 9, let her go outside to pee. And now she did, when she went outside, she would tear up the house a little bit. You know, I got these corrugated downspouts that are into my gutters. You know, the downspouts come down and there's like a corrugated piece that goes out into the yard that helps redirect the water flow. And she would rip those things off the side of the house and chew them up. But she got beat down for that. And so she understood, I better not tear up the master's house because I'm going to be, he's going to kill me an inch of my life. I got a little dog house out there for her, so she stays out there like the sweat box. If she messes up, she stays outside all day. And she's got a dog house out there. I'll put her food out there and her water out there. They let her know that she's in trouble. So she learned those lessons, not to tear up the house, not to pee in the house, and she learned those lessons well. So now she's fully housebroken. And I've taken her over to friends' house, people's houses, and she goes outside and poops and pees in the yard instead of in their house. So at 7 months, going on 7 months, my girl is fully trained. Now the next part is teaching her tricks. Like she can sit, but she don't know how to do lay down. I've been trying to teach her to lay down. She don't know how to do the lay down part. And the big puppy energy when new strangers, new people come around or friends come around, she's still got a lot of big puppy energy. That's being controlled. I can see a little bit of restraint in her on that a little bit because before the people come in, she's so happy now. She's not aggressive. Unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, my dog is a pocket bully, American bully. She's a pocket American bully. And I expected her to be a good dog, a guard dog, bark, whenever strangers come by or whatnot, strange noise. But she doesn't do that. And I got a story to tell you on that. So friends, she's so friendly, so eager to meet new people, so friendly. She is just the friendliest dog I've ever met in my life. Every time I go someplace strange, she's wanting people to pet her and touch her. And she's wagging her tail so hard that she beats people to death with her tail. But she is the friendliest dog, and she jumps up on people, trying to get people to pet her and stuff like that and play with her. But she doesn't bark. She doesn't growl. I have not seen her. I've only heard her bark twice, and it was like a little quick bark, looking at me, calling to me. I guess she knows I'm the alpha male to see what I'm going to do. But here's a little story I was telling you. I got a birthday balloon because I had a birthday recently, and one of those helium balloons. Let me take y'all in here and show y'all this real quick. One of these little helium balloons, and I had a ceiling fan and the balloon was in the same room with the ceiling fan, and the fan drew the balloon over to it, and the string got caught in the fan. And as the string was getting wound up into the fan, the balloon kept hitting the fan blade, making this dreadful noise, scary noise. Now, I'm in another room when this is happening. The dog's in her room, in here, laying on her pillow. And when the noise starts, the dog Cookie runs into my room with her tail tucked between her leg. Doesn't yelp, doesn't whine, doesn't do nothing, doesn't bark or nothing. She just with her tail tucked between her leg behind me. Like, you supposed to be the guard dog. You supposed to go after any strange noise. So I know I can't depend on you in the middle of the night. You ain't going to help me at all. You just going to be the weak. You just going to be the wuss. You know, I know you're a little girl dog, but I expect you to bark and give me some sort of a notice or alert that, hey, bad guy is coming or something. But I see you not going to do that. You just going to be too daggone friendly. But I still love you. I still love you, even though sometimes we bump heads. And when we bump heads, when she gets in trouble, when we bump heads, she lets me know she's got a little bad attitude for a couple of days. She don't like to talk to me or come near me, you know, but she knows who butters the bread, who feeds her and all sorts of stuff. So eventually she comes around and starts coming back to me again. But if she got in trouble, you know, she'll get popped or whatever. She get in trouble for tearing up something or doing something she's not supposed to be doing. She'll have a little attitude. She'll be in her feelings for a couple of days. And I mean a couple of days, about 2 days, she'll be in her feelings. And what I mean by her feelings, every time I come in, she'll stay away from me. She'll move in one corner and just sit and wait. Won't say nothing to me. She'll stare at me all day. And then about the second day, at the end of the second day, going into the third day, then she'll finally come over and try to play with me. You know, I'll even call her, and she only comes when I call her. But when on those days she's in her feelings, when I call her, she just drags her feet. But on her good days, she'll come a running. But anywho, this is Cookie, Journal 3, 7 months. She's about 37 pounds, getting up there, getting big. Like I said, I got to take this collar and get a new collar now because it doesn't, to me, I don't like it when it's like this. The vet says as long as I can stick 2 fingers, but I'm barely able to get 2 fingers under now. So I'm going to get her a new collar today or tomorrow, try to work that in with her. But I think she got it on backwards anyhow. But let me fix that. Yeah, it's on backwards. All right, anywho, there she is. She's getting big, y'all. She's getting big, and she's only 7 months. But she's only going to be up to my knee at the maximum. She's only going to be up to my knee. She's of what they call a pocket bully. And she's got such a pretty coat. Everybody says the same thing when they see her. Now, something else I do, I feed her eggshells. I give her crushed eggshells. So whenever I boil me some eggs or fix me some eggs for something, she gets the eggshells crushed up in her dog food. So it supposedly help the minerals and the stuff in the eggs is supposed to help with her coat, keep her coat shiny and stuff like that. So she's got a pretty coat, and like I said, very beautiful disposition, very friendly. She's never growled, never barked. I've never seen the hairs raise up on the back of her neck or nothing like that. So, I'm worried about that because I want to see a little bit of bite in her, just for protection and just for, dominance sake, just a little, but she don't. So, anywho, Cookie Journal 3. Booyah, as they say on the episode. Peace.